Hello there, this is Firefly. Today I want to show you how to navigate around our two carriers on our multiplayer server for the BMF 214 Squadron. So at first let's take the Southern Fleet, which is the USS Enterprise, I think. Just choose any of the slots here for the Southern Fleet. Go to the briefing, you can get some information on the weather, wind, speed, etc. And then hit fly. You spawn in the cockpit, and I usually engage the parking brakes first to stay put. Let's get rid of the menus for now. Yeah, you spawn basically in the middle of the ocean somewhere, and you have no idea why. It's just water all around, and you can imagine if you start on a mission here, you don't know where you're starting from, you don't know where you're going, you have no map markers showing you where you are on the map, so that poses a problem. I want to show you what you can do to find your position. Basically three ways. Two ways that we had before, and one way that is new on our server. So first one is you do a radio call to get your bearing heading to the bullseye reference on the map. So the bullseye, let's go to the F10 map. Yeah, the Southern Fleet is somewhere here in the southern part, south of Guam. And the bullseye is this little mark here. And when you do this bullseye radio call, it gives you the bearing to this bullseye and also the distance. And that, of course, gives you your position on the map. So we go back. Okay, you go back to the cockpit, and then you go to the radio menu. You hit F7 for the kind of AWACS here, and then you have the F1 option. You see this in the upper right corner here, the F1 option, vector to bullseye. We hit F1.
X-Men 1, Pontiac 3, 1, Alpha check from Bull's picture.
And now look in the left upper corner here. In a second. They didn't hear it. Let's do it again. F7, F1.
X-Men 1, Pontiac 3, 1, Alpha check from Bull's picture. Pontiac 3, 1, 1, Bullseye
020 480. You can mark this down, etc. So 020 means a heading of 20 degrees, and 480 means 80 miles, nautical miles is the distance. And now when you go back to the F10 map, just basically anywhere. 020 to the bullseye, and this must be 020, or which it is here by accident, almost. This is the magnetic heading, 020, and 022. So 020 would be here, and then 80 nautical miles. Yeah, so this vector here needs to end in the bullseye. So this is, of course, you can now try from different places here on the map. From where is it 020 480? But you can also go from the bullseye with the inverted heading. So 020 plus 180 would be, of course, 200 degrees, would be the inverse direction. Now you can start from the bullseye. 200. Where is it here? 200 degrees for 80 would be about here. So where the arrow is our position at the moment. So this, now you know where you are, and you could plan your flight to Northwest Airfield, for example, or anywhere else on the map from this position here. Of course, when you come back, the carrier will be somewhere else because it's moving into the wind, so it's about a heading of 059 or something, 059. But you can also check this if you go back to the cockpit and then F2 to the outside view, and then you look at the lower bar here on the screen. It gives you the speed of the carrier, and then minus the wind would be you see here 34, 33 knots. Wind speed you get from the briefing, and then you subtract the wind speed from the the wind speed from 34 knots, and then you get the speed of the carrier, which should be here, I think, about 27 knots. And you see the heading also, 055 degrees true heading. So you have all the information, and then later you can find your carrier just by projecting where will the carrier be after, say, 1 hour, if it goes in this direction at this speed. So you could plot this on a map and then fly to this point after 1 hour, and you will find the carrier there. So this is one method. Just use the bullseye call from the radio menu to locate your position. The other one is the kneeboard. If you hit on the keyboard Shift and K, in the cockpit, you have to go to the cockpit, and if you hit Shift and K, it opens the kneeboard map. And with some other keys on my keyboard, it's plus and the German Ü letter. I don't know what it is on your keyboard. You can cycle through this, or also I think with the mouse button up and down. It doesn't work here. Cycle through the maps here, and on the map you see already here Southern Fleet. This is the starting position when the server starts, where the Southern Fleet is starting, I believe. We see here Guam, and now you can just mark or find the position on the map if you hit on your keyboard Control and K, and it puts a little mark on the map where you are. So this is kind of a hack. Of course, they didn't have this in World War II, so this is kind of a cheat thing. But just imagine you get your position by a radio call, and they have a radar, they find your position and they tell you the position, and then you mark this on the map. So maybe it's not really cheating, maybe it is. Anyways, it's a method we can use. So, and again, cycling through the map, you can even get your position a little bit more precise here at a higher magnification. So this is where you are right now, and when you start flying, you go somewhere, you get lost, you can hit Control K, and it plots your position on the map. And this is this V-like structure here, mark, and this just where the tip is, it gives you your direction, where you are going right now, and from there you can also plan your flight, let's say to Northwest Airfield. So this is the second method that you can do when you have basically no idea before where you are. If you want to find the carrier at a later point down its road through the Pacific Ocean here, as I said, you take the speed of 27 knots and then you calculate where is it going to be in half an hour, in 1 hour, and that's where you fly when you come back to the carrier. Recently we added another method which you can access from the F10 map. For now it works only for the northern carrier. The route for the southern carrier for the Enterprise is down here and nothing is marked on the map. But for the northern fleet we have marked all the positions of the carrier where it's going to be at a certain time of the day. The server started at 11:35, and when you go to the cockpit, just in the upper left corner here of the cockpit, of the dashboard or whatever it is called, you see the clock, and it's now 12:35, about 12:36. And yeah, if you go back to the F10 map, 12:30 would be just in the middle between 1200 and 1300, so the carrier at the moment is somewhere here. And let's say you take a flight to Anatahan Island, and then you come back, and let's say this flight takes about 1.5 hours, and we take off now, 1.5 hours, half an hour, another hour, we come back at 1400, so the carrier will be here. And if I plan my flight starting here, I can plan my flight to Anatahan and then back to this spot here at 1400. At 1600 the carrier would be here. I would have to plot here. So this is the third method that you can use to find your position and to find the carrier when you come back from your mission. You can use this schedule here kind of for the Northern Fleet, for the USS Hornet. Also I put 2 ships on the map which are marked by these blue spots. If you want to practice navigation by these 3 methods, you can just take off from the carrier, from the northern carrier. You try to find this one ship, and then when you come back the carrier will be somewhere else, and you try to intercept the carrier at this later point in time. So you can practice planning your flight, your navigation. The wind is coming from 059, I think, at 14 knots. You can find this in the briefing. So you can calculate the wind drift when you plot your flight to this point here, to the ship, and then to the carrier again. And so you can practice your basic navigation skills and of course flying skills, taking off and landing on the carrier. So this is it for today. Have fun with this new feature on the F10 map, which shows you the position of the carrier, the Kneeboard method, and the Bullseye call from the radio menu. So this is it for today. Signing off. See you later, and bye bye.